working for an economically and socially just reconstruction of the city, also knew that New Orleans was a disaster area before Katrina, like our large swaths of the country. But our reconstruction agenda was not to gut what little public services we had, but to call for saving what we had, and as part of a new massive direct government employment reconstruction program. And the NGOs are not interested in that. They, because of their funding, because of their kind of identity politics, narrow approach, they're not capable of leading that kind of fight, and that's what I attempt to anyhow in the book.
Were there?
And this book is geared toward. I have to publish, just keep my job, but the main goal of this book was to improve the political practice, to use the disaster of Katrina to take out the lessons for those that want a just reconstruction of the city. And the lesson I took is that the NGOs are a real obstacle to achieving that goal.
You mentioned at one point that at least in one instance of someone in an NGO who kind of ended up coming around to the C3 strategy. Were there many in the NGOs that did so, or is that kind of an unusual case? Were there any NGOs that kind of came around to, yeah, what you guys are doing is right, or we should be helping?
There was some, like I said, with Common Ground. I still saw them as basically the left wing of neoliberalism. Don't defend the public hospital. We'll create our own clinic. But nonetheless, there were a number of young people that came down, and I don't want to be condescending, but I really saluted a lot of those young people who wanted to work for a just reconstruction, had been moved by seeing the stark injustices that were given some attention by the mass media. So they did get involved in some of the direct action protests against the privatization agenda. Yeah, there were. But for the most part, NGOs, and the most tragic example was when the bulldozers were coming at chapter 7, the coalition to stop the demolitions, and when it came down to it, they pulled out. And I would argue their behavior was structurally determined because of their links to the foundations that kind of constricted what kind of politics they could engage in.
So they were saving face then, basically?
What's that?
They were saving face on both sides?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's how I kind of interpret it. To appear progressive, but not really have to engage and oppose what the state is doing. And I'm not arguing just direct action is the only way, but that has got to be a crucial part of it, and it's got to be linked to a broader agenda. And because that's the way it's going to give us the power to really win. Because right now, public housing is under the gun. I'm here in New York. That's kind of almost the last stand. It's one of the few places that has not undergone the frenzy of demolition we've seen in Chicago, New Orleans, Atlanta, San Francisco, all around the country. But even Bill de Blasio, who's supposed to be speaking against inequality and progressive, he is engaging the same strategies of private-public partnership to deal with the massive disinvestment that we faced here. There needs to be a massive reinvestment. And the only way we can really get those resources is by mounting a broader struggle. And I think that's one of the lessons I take from the disastrous experience in New Orleans. But I think we're in a better position to do that. Since 2007, we've seen, an economic tsunami that's hit the whole country, the world for that matter. And I think we're in a better position now. We have a larger audience for a demand, like a mass public works program that would defend public housing, but is a broader effort of defending the public sector. So many of you, you're like my students here. You're going to school, you're getting your master's, undergrad. Well, what kind of job market are you going into? We need more teachers. We need more artists. We need more nurses and those in the medical field. The public sector, the private sector is not going to create those jobs. We have to demand that the government provide those. And that's going to be an ideological battle because we've had 30 years of government can't do anything. Government is the problem. And so that's going to take a big, ideological battle as well. But do you have any comments? Or I'm just curious, just general. I'm really, I'm glad to hear people